All right, today we're tackling a huge question, maybe the question of the human experience, and we're going to explore it through the lens of one incredibly powerful message. Let's jump right in. You know that feeling, right? It can hit you anytime. Maybe you're watching the news or just looking at the world around you, and you get this profound, kind of overwhelming feeling of just wondering why. Why is there so much hardship?
And what we're looking at today gets even more specific. It's not just about random bad luck, but about these active forces we see all the time, the hate that fuels so much conflict, and the suffering that always seems to follow.
But right after painting this really difficult, tangled picture of the problem, we pivot to a place of hope. The suggestion here is that a huge, complex problem doesn't always need a huge, complex solution. I mean, what if the answer has been right there all along, hidden in a single, simple message?
And here it is. This is the message that's put forward as the fundamental answer. Now, it's a phrase most of us have heard 1,000 times, right? But our goal today is to really unpack it, to see it not just as a nice saying, but as an actual blueprint for changing the very architecture of suffering.
So that sounds great, but how do you actually put a principle that big into practice? Well, the idea gets broken down into 3 core actionable shifts. Let's call them the 3 transformations.
Okay, the first transformation is a direct swap. It proposes that hate isn't some immovable force that we're stuck with. It's something that you can actively displace. It's the conscious choice to meet that bitterness, that animosity, not with more of the same, but with its direct opposite, love.
Next up, it tackles that really powerful human impulse for payback, the desire for revenge. Man, it's a powerful cycle. But the argument here is that the only thing strong enough to actually break that cycle is forgiveness. This is a huge shift from trying to settle a score to, well, setting everyone free from.
And this third one, this transformation, turns inward. Pride is what creates separation, right? That us versus them mentality. So by replacing it with humility, we're creating a space for real connection, a way to actually see our shared humanity.
Now to really drive the point home, we're taken to the most extreme example you could possibly imagine. This isn't just a theoretical exercise anymore. We're asked to think about these principles under the ultimate test of pressure and pain.
And right here, we see this whole philosophy in action. In a moment of just supreme, unbelievable suffering, the response isn't a cry for revenge or a declaration of pride, it's an act of forgiveness. I mean, that's the 3 transformations, all embodied in one incredibly powerful sentence.
And with that powerful image in mind, the focus shifts right back to us. We're asked to just think about it for a second. What if this wasn't just one historical example? What if this whole mindset of love, forgiveness, and humility became the default way of life for all of us?
The conclusion offered is just beautifully simple. It's not a complicated political theory or some economic plan. The idea is that the direct result of living by this code would be a fundamental, positive change in the world we all live in.
And so that's where we land. That's the core thesis. The argument is that beyond all the debate, beyond all the complexity, the most essential message is this one, single, transformative choice to actively and consistently choose love over hate,